Vision is ambiguous because it makes us focus on our eyes and what we see when we are looking around our environments, when we are connecting with people and things and places. But the reality is that seeing is just as much mental and psychological as it is physical. Because even when you're looking at something physically, your brain and your mind are the things that make meaning of that thing that you perceive. And so enlightenment is when your mind clarifies the meaning, the situation, the circumstances around those things that you are staring at. And so we find people saying, "Oh, I see. I see what you mean. I see where this was coming from." Until we connect to our spirituality, we may be dancing around in church daily, but we are not connecting deeply to the meanings of those things that are relevant within those religions or practices that we engage in. Okay, a lot of us are blinded by our emotions, be it anger when it takes over your ability to be rational, or even love when it blinds you to the reality of the pain and the deceit and all the other things that are happening around you within those emotional circumstances, be them positive or negative, until you start to see beyond your eyes at those things that you sometimes look away from when they are too hurtful, painful, or challenging. The same goes for that overly focus on what we want and what we need, to a point where even when we are present within those places or situations or connections, we fail to see with that mind's eye. We fail to align the meaning with the vision. So being enlightened is something that we have to actively seek, really looking underneath the leaves, not just making meaning or assumptions around things without giving them due diligence. It is our responsibility to be able to interpret the things that are happening to us that we want in our lives, and give them alternative perspectives, follow up those hypotheses to meaningful conclusions without really getting stuck on the beginning hypothesis of what you think that thing is, what your eyes see that thing to be, without actually connecting it to a deeper cognitive or psychological meaning, which is that mind's eye that sees beyond your vision, that sees beyond your anger and your pain and even the love and all of those expectations that we have about things that do not really align, or those that are amazing but that we do not give it the amount of attention or affection that are necessary for. Sometimes we also see those things through other people's eyes, or shall I say other people's mind's eyes, because the way they see that thing makes more sense to us based on their own angle or perception or meaning that they made of that thing. And so when they speak to you about it and clarify or explain it to you from their point of view, it makes sense in a way that your interpretation and your meaning that you gave that thing wasn't meaningful. And that just goes to say that the way we see things, the way we interpret and embrace them, matters. Because if someone else speaks that thing to you with different meaning, different insight, in a way that matters more to you, it means that all we have to do is constantly explore, update, and reinvent those meanings that we attribute to those things that are important in our lives. So always make sure that your eyes are speaking to your mind's eye around anything that you embark on. And that just means shifting your perspective, being open minded, being curious, being exploratory around that meaning, those facts, okay, those opinions, and everything that surrounds you, so that you can be able to make the most meaning out of it and actually clarify the meaningful things in your life. Have a lovely day.